Good evening, dear students staying near or far. In the continuous discussion regarding the management and its functioning and concerned efficiency and quality affairs of the managers with the different level personnel, employees also. Important things concerned to management is glamour, charisma, leadership when charismatic, then the visionary functions, visionary management can attain goals and objectives. Then management can run easily the workforce within the organization best way. Then there is a question of charismatic leadership. If the leader is not charismatic in nature, his behavior and manner, his presentation, delivery, way of performing his own assigned duties and responsibilities and side by side, enhancing the cooperation and support to the other workers and employees of the organization to bring them towards achieving goals and objectives of the organization. That is very important. A lack of the charismatic leadership, not only for the leadership, also in the case of the management, those who are in management, I mean the managers, if they are not skilled and charismatic in nature, the workers and employees will not be satisfied and they will not intended to do their job right way and skillfully. Anyway, it's charisma is very much concerned to personal skill, efficiency and behavioral manner. As how a worker, employee or the subordinates to accept or receive. Some most important characteristics of charismatic leadership I like to mention, that is number one, communication. Now this is a very important and burning question. Until unless communication is sophisticated and developed in manner and having potentiality, if the skill and efficiency of a leader is not communicative, then his leadership will not be sustained. If the leader is visionary, goal-oriented, purpose-oriented, then he should have to gather the multi-varied information and messages, facts from the different sources, different parts, each and every part of the organization, each and every person's management need to know what is the behavior, their concept, their idea, feelings, thoughts, sentiment, etc., etc. And the leader is to expedite all efforts and activities of the working class people, of the persons of the organization. That is concerned to charismatic leadership. Communication nowadays has been developing very fast. Highly sophisticated technologies and telecommunication devices, tools, automations are used. At the same time, not only telecommunication tools, technology and sophisticated materials is not enough. Side by side, persons, those who are engaged in maintaining and operating these tools, techniques, methodologies, they should be also skilled and trained up. And training is question, burning question, but also there is a question, another thing is this. Those whom the organization is training up, he or she must be also genius, should have the brainstorming capability, so that he can catch the right messages and information. At the same time, he or she would be quite able to understand or to receive the facts, to understand or from the counterpart's opinion, and accordingly they will react or respond. Maturity, yes, it's a very important thing. Is this: I am learning, I am gathering knowledges, information, facts. Okay, day long I am working. But the maturity is something different, specialized thing. Maturity by function, maturity by operations, maturity by conceptual development, maturity when it's concerned to you, a temperament build up. If all these things are not so authentic, then the question is very critical in nature. So, maturity teaches a leader to remain confident, calm and confident, whatever the situation arising. They need to understand what is the situation is now prevailing and what sort of situations are there going on and carried on. So, maturity is indispensable to run the organization in the best possible way. The leaders need to attain maturity. Then, humility. Charismatic leaders also have some sense of humility. They place a lot of the value on each employee and have the little ability to truly listen to their comments, concerns. They should have patience. A worker or personnel may be sometimes crazy, but he should very attentively pay patience listening. Thus the workers and employees will understand, this leader is very nice, he is passionate enough. He is giving importance what he is telling to his boss or the leader itself. So, humility is most important thing. The charismatic leader is to be able to convince the employees of the value they bring to the organization and show them how their contributions impact the strategies interest of the company. They inspire great loyalty from their employees. So that the employees will be very much loyal in nature when leader is having a very nice patience and humility. Holy Ajahn started, and few minutes after we are like to continue. Start. Compassion, integrity, honesty and fortitude are the very right qualities that successful charismatic leaders exhibit. Charismatic leaders, they should be compassionate. If they are not compassionate towards the workers and employees for their daily performing duties and responsibilities, and any problem they're carrying, and sometimes some workers may possess a certain type of problem, and then and there the leaders need to extend his cooperation to that workers or employees. As a result, the workers and employees will be very much inclined, very much satisfied to the leaders. Then, confidence. Confidence of the leader is a very important thing. If the leader, he himself, is not confident about the regular scheduled duties and responsibilities and the scheduled assignments or tasks within his assigned job area periphery. So if the workers and employees, if they are facing any kind of problems or critical situation they are facing, then he will have to give the right solution. If the solutions are not coming right way from the leader, and they will have, the workers and employees will have no confidence upon that leader. So, confidence from the both sides. Yes, the leader should be confident enough about his own duties and responsibility. Side by side, the workers and employees must be confident enough upon the leader who is maintaining leadership. So this is a very important and burning question. So confidence is very important thing. Then positive body language. Excited body language and smiling body language meaningful body language. Body language is a very important thing in the organizational framework. If the body language is rough in nature, then the workers and employees will not be satisfied and they will lose their own interest regarding the performance, behavior, manner of the leaders. And they would think, yes, this leader is not cooperative. This leader is always excited. This leader is negative in behavior and manner. So better to avoid this leader. This leadership we don't like, don't want. Then, listening skills. I'm just going through these few lines. That is, the charismatic leaders are extremely good listeners. When they listen to you, they don't fidget or lag distracted. A charismatic leader pays attention to what is being said and items with interest. They are engaged in the conversation and act with empathy. So, leaders must have the listening quality, yes, with passions. When the workers and employees of the personals are those who are participating and coming to the leader and portraying something about or some problems about, the leader should have to keep a patient listening. If patient listening is not there going on or carried on, then the workers and employees will not be satisfied. As a result, there will be a crisis, some sort of problems, crisis, and a strike, lockout even also. Then, self-monitoring. He has to monitor all the works and activities, even from the very initial stage of manufacturing a certain product or services. Leaders should have a clean view. Leaders need to understand, leaders need to know what is the problem, the present problem, past problem, or the upcoming problem. All these things he needs to know so that he can run the organization right way in the right manner. Then self-improvement. Yes, each and every time the leader also needs to improve his all activities, his concept, his performance. Yes, he is engaged in a certain unit or certain job, but day long he will have to observe very skillfully and keenly, so that he can be able to understand what are the actual problems prevailing or surrounded to him. So, if he knows, if he understands the problems, then he can go for the right solution and rectification. So, self-improvement is must and indispensable. And this sort of improvement is not only for the leaders, but also this sort of improvement is also necessary for the management or the persons, those who are in management. Leaders have to develop themselves in the best possible way. Each and every job they need to know, they need to understand. Is a starting to ending and what is the quality control and all these things he needs to understand and know. So they can manufacture the right product at the right cost and right time. Okay, this is the situation, and self-improvement is must and indispensable. And then we like to say, yes, that finally we can state the charismatic business leaders have style, personality, and confidence. The leader maintains a separate style, different type of a style. He or she is a stylish leader. So, as he is a stylish leader, so he or she is charismatic in nature. His personality, his behavior, his manner, his attitude, all these things are very smart in nature. Understand? They also have a certain elusive quality, and which allows them to attract the followers and inspire people to know, to new heights. So, behavior, manner, skill, efficiency of the workers and workforce of the organization as run by their leaders, that is very satisfactory matter. So, the goodwill and image of that organization will explode, and this will be extended to the far away market even also. So, self-improvement, by behavioral manner, attitude, style, and ecological balance, all these things, when they are concerned with that is the right leadership. Leaders are always smiling, they are skilled, they are efficient, they do have the communicative skill, and they need to have the right quality to make it understandable, a certain problem in the most easy way and easy manner to the subordinates and employees of the organization. So, leadership is also concerned and connected to some sort of special qualities also. I already discussed earlier a little bit. Humility goes to a long way. Is discussed it, and communicate effectively. Also discussed it. Keep meetings productive. That is another point. When leader is there, then when the meeting is going on or carried on, then positively the behavior, manner, and the style of the leader is to very much. Let the meeting be productive, result oriented. Know your limits. And when there is a leader needs to understand what is the actual limit, what is the actual limit of the workforce. So, knowing that thing, leader has to try his level best to maintain the congenial atmosphere of working. So, know your limits. Yes, limit very much concerned both sides. From the side of the leader, yes, leader needs to know what is his actual limit is, and knowing he can maintain his leadership. At the same time, he needs to know what is the actual capability, what is the actual strength of his subordinates whom he is directing and guiding. So, the next point is be emotionally aware. While many people advise keeping the emotions separate from the matters of business, business is ultimately about the relationships between the people. Yeah, business and business. Each and everywhere there is a question of business, and there is a very much frustrating. So, and emotions, sentiments, feelings are not separated from a worker, employee, or from the senior level management. So there is very important thing, and learn from the past. Yes, it's the whole trouble. We are not inclined or interested to learn from the past. If we can't learn from the past, then our future plan or course of action will be very much problematic. Understand? That's the thing. Then communicate effectively. This I discussed earlier. Keep meetings productive, and watch for the pitfalls of leaders. Out for common pitfalls of leadership. Everyone makes mistakes, but some of them are avoidable. Being aware of common mistakes while not focusing on them to the point, then they become self-fulfilling prophecies can be the first step onward, not for reporting. Then, learn from the past, yes, to know once again, quote and ends. And those who don't learn from the past are deemed to repeat it. If someone is not learning, is something problematic his attitude, then what would happen? Yes, the total production system or the total system management of the organization might fall. So this is evening, Holy Azan completed. Now people are saying their prayers in the different mosques of the Dhaka city. So thank you very much. I mentioned some qualities of the leadership.